Okay, this project is called Noton, and it's a Japanese design concept involving the play and placement of light and dark elements as they're placed next to each other in the composition of art and imagery. It helps to see the positive space, both positive and negative space, are parts of the composition or the whole artwork. The materials that we'll be needing is a ruler, pencil, scissors, eraser, and a glue stick. And you'll also need a piece of colored paper, and it can be any color you'd like. It can even be white. And I'm using black paper as a background. So you can see it's like a squared off piece of paper. I am doing my smaller paper in 4x4. So I've measured it 4 inches by 4 in the corner of my paper here. And I do the same on all sides. And then what you're going to do is you're going to cut out your colored paper. Now this can be pretty detailed or it can be very simple. We're going to just start off doing a simple design so that you get an idea for the process. I'm going to get that corner. Okay, so we're going to place the 4x4 inch colored paper in the center. And what I've done is draw some simple leaf shapes on the edges of my paper. So as you can see, these are pretty simple. I've just used a pencil. I'm just going to go over my lines, and I'm going to start from the corner. I'm going to go up, come in like a jagged edge, come back in, and then go right down to the bottom of the paper. And the designs need to be cut out on the edges of the paper. And then when you get much better at this, then you can really make it very detailed. As you can see on the bottom, I've added another leaf shape. I'm just darkening these lines with my pencil to give you an idea. And then I'm going to go up with a curved line and come in. Kind of a nice zigzag shape. And do the same thing in the corner. So come out with a curved line, zigzag back in, and then fill that to the corner, to the edge of your other leaf. Now these I just drew a very simple shape leaf. As you can see, I just curved out almost like the shape of a heart. I curve out on the other side. So I'm doing all 4 edges of my paper. I'm going to go up and kind of make like the shape of an oak leaf, and then do the same. So I have all the shapes that I've drawn out, and then with my scissor I'm going to start to cut my leaf shape. So what I'll do is then that gets flipped over, and then it'll attach to the edge just like that. So what you could do is you could just add a tiny bit of glue to the back of your leaf. You don't want to press too hard until we've finished up all of our patterns. Okay. And then just keep going. And you're going to flip that over and see that will go right up to the corners of my paper. So then I'll just add a tiny bit of my glue from the glue stick and then glue that lightly down. We don't want to press too hard right now in case we need to kind of make some adjustments. So let's go to the other side here and start cutting off these more detailed leaves. And try to stay on your pencil line as best you can. And you will be erasing your pencil lines. As you can see, you don't need a marker for this, just pencil. Okay, and I will add, and I'm lining it up, so I'm just kind of lining it up to where I cut it out. Let's see. Lightly with your glue. You can always go back in with your glue stick and glue it down a little bit better. But I'm just doing this so that I can hold my space for my cutouts. Now, an artist who we'll explore later on, named Henri Matisse, did a lot of cutout work towards the end of his life. And he did some beautiful work. I'm going to just keep that right on the edge. Good. Okay. So you can start seeing where the edges are lining up and how you see the positive and negative shapes. Let's continue on. We'll go to the left side. And I made this very simple. And you can see it's starting to take shape. Right there. Make sure you get your glue on. Don't press too hard with your glue. You don't want it to get too much on your fingers. And of course, you can do any kind of shapes you'd like. You don't have to do leaves. You can do just abstract shapes. Just have these last two leaves to cut out. Be careful with the scissors. You kind of have to figure it out before you start adding your glue on. Remember, it has to be opposite of what you've cut out. And I have one more to cut out. So you could do any kind of half geometric shape, any kind of organic shape, crazy shapes. Make sure we get that tip. Up. Yep. It does not look great. No. Yeah, that's right. What I think I did is did I switch that? Let me just play with this for a second. That's right. Okay, I think I switched that. Okay, there we go. Can kind of throw you off a little bit if you're not careful. Okay, make sure I've glued this one on better. And then lastly, you need to kind of add your glue to the center paper. Line it up. This needs to be moved over just a little bit. Okay, try not to get your fingers too sticky, and then you're going to glue the back of this larger piece. And I recommend that you glue it off to the side and not on your paper. And kind of hold it gently with your hand. Make sure you don't tear any of the edges. And then try to line up your shapes. And then if any of the shapes are lifted up, just take the tip of your finger and glue, and then place it back down. Okay. And if you didn't cut exactly on your pencil line, just very gently hold your paper down, and with the corner of your eraser, you can erase any of the pencil lines off, but be very careful. You don't want to tear any of your paper. And just lift up the corners if you've missed any spots. Okay, and there you have Noton, which is Japanese design concept, or positive and negative shapes. Thanks so much, and we'll see you next week.